Good morning, Pacers. It is rest week, and the topic for this week is going to be all about recovery. You'll see that I have some recovery tools here behind me that I'm going to talk about in this week's video. Although it is rest week and it's a really great time to spend some extra time focusing on recovery, this is something that you guys shouldn't just be doing on your rest weeks. Regular maintenance is really important and something that I try to do 3 to 5 days a week for anywhere from 10 minutes to sometimes upwards of an hour if we're watching a show. So again, we're working on consistency. This clinic, this is another aspect of your training that you should try and hone in on and be a little bit more consistent with. I do have a variety of tools, and I'm sure some of you have even more tools that I don't have here to add to, but I'm going to talk about a few of the key ones that really work for Trent and I. And when it comes to recovery tools, although in the massage tools for the most part, they all sort of do a similar thing. Some of them get into different areas a little bit differently, which is why we have such a variety of them. So for example, I think one of the most common ones that we use, I picked this up in Germany. I'm going to post the brand because I actually think Ingrid might have ordered one of these. But this tool here in particular, because it has this dip in it, is really, really great for along your spine, your lower back. So I can press the foam roller here. I can use my elbows and lift up to start with. As I get more comfortable, I can release my elbows and I can use my body weight. I'm a little close to the wall, so I'm just adjusting it. I can use my body weight. I can lift my hips up and I can work all the way up my neck. And I often get a little adjustment and my back will even crack with this. And it just feels amazing. So it's staying off my spine, my vertebrae, but it's getting all through the muscles. I like this a lot as well, this one, for my glute and to sort of get in through the lateral quad. I'll roll on this one with the lateral quad and or in through TFL if I flip over. So that's that tool. This tool here, Trent loves a lot, and I like for my calves. It's got a bunch of little spiky bits on it, and we will probably start here. You guys can see me in the video. And get those little bits. When you find a spot, you hold the spot. If you need more pressure, you can take your body weight up, and then you can also apply pressure with the other leg. And just press it down on the tool. So this is another option for you. This one here we have, and I often travel with it because it just kind of fits in the suitcase. It's just a stick. And this is kind of a bit more of a rolling tool. So it's a little bit more surface, but you can kind of get this guy pretty much in anywhere except for it's a little bit trickier on the upper body, but it's great for lower body to get in through the shins, and you can get in through your calves and stuff as well. All sorts of variety and sizes in recovery tools. If you're on a budget, a lacrosse ball is probably one of the best things to get in terms of cost and efficiency. The only thing to consider with the lacrosse balls is that it's quite a hard surface to start with. So if you're not used to doing a lot of rolling, you're going to want to go nice and easy with when you first start off with this. The thing that I like the lacrosse ball for the most is for my glutes, personally. Now, the one thing that you need to keep in mind is anytime you're rolling any part of your body, you want to make sure that you're just staying on the muscles and the tissue. You're staying away from the bones. So you don't want to go onto your greater trochanter, like your hip. You never roll over your knees or the side of your knee joints. You want to stay off of your tailbone, obviously, in your spine, your lower rib cage, those sorts of things. So you just want to be mindful of that. The other thing that the lacrosse ball is good for, and I'm going to get chopped in half here in my video, but if you put the lacrosse ball against the wall, you can sort of lean your glutes and roll your glutes and twist around, get in through the front of the hip. Just watch that you don't press this into drywall, because I did that once and practically put a hole in our wall. Hence maybe some of the beautiful whitewash wood that we have in our basement right now, covering things up. This is kind of my latest tool. It's called Pso-Rite, P-S-O-Rite. It's meant particularly, it was invented, I believe, for psoas muscles, which run in through here. And it's just a fairly hard tool, actually, that you sort of lay your psoas on. I don't have any weight right now going into the tool. It's all in my elbows. But as I release it and I sink down, I get a nice release in through my psoas muscles. So this tool here, I need to spend time on and go really gradually. It's quite a deep effect actually. And I can work this tool sort of all the way up and down. I also like this tool for my lower back and my QL. So I can sit down and sink into this tool. Again, you want to watch the rib cage, watch that you're not pressing into the rib cage. And I like to even move this tool down onto my glutes, and I'll sort of play around with positioning and leverage myself, and that feels so good, and roll out my glutes with that. Lastly, you guys, I have 3 little things that I do for, these are just things I do regularly for my recovery. This is called a side kick. It's referred to as Graston. So a lot of you, if you've been to a chiropractor or massage therapist or physio, and basically all this is it's a scraping tool. There's lots of different kinds of tools. I'm going to put a link on the blog post that if you guys want a discount for one of these, you guys can get one if you want. No pressure at all. I'm just showing it to you because it works for me. And what you do is you put some massage oil on your skin, and you can scrape and release some of the fascia. You can get in through your shin muscles, in through the calf muscles, in through quads. It's really good for those of you that have tension in through your shoulders. I often, after a long work day, my computer, and before I go to bed, I will take the massage oil and I will scrape and release a lot of that tension that builds up in through my neck and my back and my shoulders, and down in through my lats and in through my psoas. So this tool is a little bit aggressive, but it's also really great because they have a university online. So when you buy a Sidekick, you get access to all their university videos that teach you how to properly use the different tools that you purchase. So that is also one of my favorite tools. Lastly, I have what's called the Air Relax, and I'm not going to turn it on because it's loud, but I usually set myself up in the corner and I slide these legs on, and I would turn my trusty machine on right here, and these zip these up, and these are filled with air and pressure, and they're basically a massage recovery air. They allow airflow or blood flow to circulate and promote recovery. If you don't have a set of Air Relax legs after your long runs or hard workouts, spend some time with just putting your legs up on the wall and chill out for 5 to 10 minutes, just to let some of that heaviness float through and just relax. So these are a few tools, you guys, that I use and that I have. Again, you don't have to blow the bank. I realize that some of these things, I mean, I've accumulated them over the years. The Air Relax legs, I actually have a European adaptation. I take those to Europe when I race in Europe and use those quite regularly. They're pretty amazing. Most importantly, though, I think is that you guys are just coming up with a regular routine, building consistency into your recovery, and making time to work in these areas. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll post some links in the blog post for some of these items. And yeah, happy rest week.